Flosstube! Hi, I'm Jessie and welcome to my channel, Bobo Stitch and Quilt. Welcome and welcome back to my subscribers. This is my second video, so this is Flosstube number 2. And first, I want to thank everybody who has watched my first video. I want to thank everyone who's subscribed. That is shocking to me. I mean, when you start one of these things, you hope that people are going to enjoy what you have to share with them and that you bring some little bit of joy into their life or something interesting. And but you don't know, right? You don't know if people are going to like what you've given them and if they're going to want to come back and if they're enjoying it. And so thank you for validating me and welcoming me. I appreciate that very, very much. And so thank you and welcome back to my subscribers and people who've seen my first video and have come back to see more. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to continue to try to make you want to keep coming back. And to anyone who is new, this is the first time you're coming across my video, welcome. I hope that you will find this interesting and add something to your Flosstube viewing pleasures and to go from there. So once again, I'm Jessie, and this is Bobo Stitch and Quilt, and this is primarily a cross-stitching channel. This is not going to be a lot of quilting. I do quilt. I don't do that much of it though. So, but anytime I have any quilting to talk about in this video, it will be at the end. So we'll talk about cross-stitching in the front half, and if you are interested in staying on for the quilt 2 part of it, then I will have a little ending portion, and so you'll know what's going on there. I am in the general greater Houston area. I live in a town outside of Houston, but I consider it a suburb of Houston, and for the most part say to people I'm from Houston. And so welcome. And so what's going on in my life? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot happening here. Texas, unfortunately, is seeing surges in COVID cases. And so first, let me tell you that if you are in an area where you are still having surges in cases and cases that are ongoing, please be safe. Stay home if you can. Wear your mask when you're out, and keep socially distant. This is not anything that I would wish upon anyone. And so as a result, because Texas is seeing the surge, we haven't been doing anything. We've been sitting at home, and so which is good. You know, no complaints here. I'm very fortunate in my ability to stay home, and my husband's ability to stay home, and we can stay safe, and I get a lot of stitching done. So it's you know, so we're lucky in that respects. I do miss my coworkers and seeing them on a daily basis, and I had hoped that we were able to go back into the office, at least in a little bit capacity. We were never going to be able to be there and the whole team together, at least for a while. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, hopefully all of this will, you know, get under control, and we'll all be able to go back to some normalcy, or whatever new normal is going to be. But we'll be able to see each other more regularly. Anyways, and so, otherwise, I don't think anything else is going on. If you got allergies from Saharan dust, empathies, I feel ya. It's even though I've been inside most of the time, this dust is just like creeping in, and it's making it hard to breathe. But you know, again, can't complain. No complaints on my end. So that's it. Not much of life. Yeah. So let's get to stitching. I don't really have much of an update, just because this is my second video, just as kind of a reminder, everyone, on or introduction to what kind of stitcher I am and what I hope that you'll gain from the videos from me, and what I have to offer a little bit different from other people, or maybe not different, but something I have to offer. I am a project stitcher. I tend to focus on projects and kind of focus on them, but I am not a strictly monogamous stitcher, although I have been in the past. But I would get bored with projects and I would switch around. But I have multiple hobbies. Again, I have quilting. I'm also my family genealogist. So when I would get bored with my monogamous project, I would just move to one of my other hobbies. And pretty recently, in the past few months, especially after being home, I've started to add more projects into my rotation. And but I'm still pretty much focused on specific projects. And so, so I don't have a lot to show everyone. and but I do have some things to show you. The other thing is that I have been stitching since I was about 10 years old, so it's been a long time, a few decades, we'll say about 3, and to age myself here. And but I don't consider myself to be a super experienced stitcher. I was pretty much always exclusively using AIDA. In fact, until very recently, only used AIDA fabrics. I was a kit purchaser for the most part, and every once in a while I would buy patterns, but for the most part, like, I would just buy a kit and work on a kit. And so I don't do a lot of new things. And in these past few months, being inspired by Flosstube and all these amazing stitchers that I see out there with varying skills and all these amazing cute little projects that people are doing and patterns that are out there, I thought I'm going to start expanding my horizons, and I thought I would take you along on the journey with me on the things that I've learned, and my reviews of things from a fairly experienced stitcher, but new to the techniques or new to the fabrics or whatever it is that's new. And so that's what I'm hoping you'll gain from this, and thanks to you for my returning subscribers for indulging in that for a few minutes while I kind of get everyone else caught up. All right, so here we go. I only have a few projects to show you today, but let's get going. So I am working on the Frosted Pumpkin stitch along for the Chinese Zodiac, and I'm very behind. I'm not even done with part 2 yet. So this is where I've gotten. So where you saw last time was I had gotten the medallion done and I had gotten the rat done, and that's all I had done. I've added the oxen and the lantern. That's the extent of what I got done since the last video. You can see at the bottom here that I started to do some frogging. I had mentioned in my last video that this is my first time stitching on linen, and so I was using a hoop initially, but because of another video I saw where someone talked about feeling that they were going to pull the fabric out of whack, I was very scared to pull on the linen to kind of make it taut, and so as a result, I never quite got it to the place where I could see the fabric well enough that I could make good stitches. And so what ended up happening was I would skip threads here and there, or I would not skip a thread. I would have, because it's 2 over 2, and I would have like I would do over 1 or over 3 is basically kind of what was happening. And so I eventually I had ordered some Q-snaps, so because of COVID, things were kind of delayed. And so I finally did get a Q-snap, and then I did put it into one. I was using a bigger one, but for showing purposes, I put it in my smaller one today because I had to switch projects. And it made a huge difference. I don't feel like I pulled the fabric. It's not too taut, but at the same time, it's giving me the tension that I need in the fabric to be able to see the threads a little bit better. And so, call the OCD in me. I don't know what it is about me that I can't just let it go. There was a part of me that's just like, it's handmade, let it go, it'll be fine. No, couldn't quite do that. So I am frogging some of the places where I did have some missed stitches. So that's what's going on down here, and I'm trying to get that fixed. And so, but yeah, so that's where I am on Frosted Pumpkin. I've stitched other projects by Frosted Pumpkin. They're one of my favorite designers. I think they're just cute. Makes me happy. Makes me happy when I work on them. Just honestly, that's it. So that's it on Frosted Pumpkin. I don't have what it will look like because it's a stitch along. I guess I could show you the blurred out pattern that they have shared with everyone. And so, but I don't have one. Next video, I'll be sure to take pictures of where we are in the stitch along, so that you know where it is. But going forward, all right. Next up is my biggie project. It is Cinderella, Wishes Upon a Dream. It is by MCG Textiles. I am stitching it on 18 count AIDA, and it is a kit that I purchased from Disneyland, probably about 2012 is when I'm guessing is when I purchased it. And I've worked on it off and on. I don't remember when I really started it, but really in earnest I started working on it last year, and really into 2020 is kind of my quarantine project. I was like, well, if I'm home, I'm going to work on Cinderella and see if I can get her taken care of. And so, assuming I can do the editing right, I'm going to insert what it's going to look like when I'm done right now. and followed by where I was the last time I shared my video. Okay. All right, hopefully that worked. And this is where I am right now. I've gotten so much done. I'm really proud of myself. So my goal for the end of June was to kind of get all of this part filled in. And I didn't quite make it. I got it done on July 3rd. So I'm gonna pretend that it was the week of June, the last week of June, so it counts. I'm gonna say it's fine. But I basically, since as you can see, filled in this whole part, and so all that's left of the page. So just so that y'all are aware, it is a full coverage, and it is 4 pages is how the pattern is designed, but it's like 4 pages. That's like each half is 8.5 by 11. So it's really, I counted as 8 pages, and so this was one half of that, and so this is the other half of that. But this whole thing is 1 page according to the pattern, and so I'm really super excited because I got to that part, and now I have just this little bit here to do. So I'm super excited about that. My hope is that by the end of July that I'll have all of this filled in, and I backstitch as I go. I don't know if other people do that. That's kind of curious. Do you backstitch as you go, or do you wait until the whole thing is done? Usually I do a lot of full coverage, so I usually do the backstitch as I go because it's easier for me to remember where the colors are, right? Like sometimes you're like, I don't know where this is, especially when it's got a lot of confetti and you're trying to remember which symbol is which color, especially if you work on it for like years on end, right? Which happens with full coverage sometimes. So I usually I usually backstitch as I go. What I don't do as I go normally is French knots. I usually do that at the end, mostly because I don't like doing them, and so I kind of feel like you got to get into a groove, into a rhythm of getting them done. And so anyway, so I plan on doing that. So that's my goal for the end of July, and then I'm probably going to switch focus pieces at that point in time. But yeah, so here we are in Cinderella. I'm really super excited about it. So yay! So that's where we are, and just so that y'all can see where I am on that. In terms of progress, I do keep a journal, and I don't have all of, just so that you have an idea of kind of how I did. So the purple is everything that I completed in June. And so that little bit, that part that you saw me completing, all right here is all the stuff that I did in July. And I do not want to be misleading at all. That was a lot of like single stitches confetti that just had to be filled in. And so, so that's kind of where I am. Super excited, really proud of myself. And so that's it. Now my next project, I did not work on No Face, so I did show No Face last time. Did not work on him since the last video, so he's just kind of taking a vacation right now. I do plan on coming back to him a little bit later on, but we'll see. But otherwise, that's it for my whips. I have a new start. So again, I am going to pause and show you my new start, which is Emily's house. So here it is, a picture of what it's going to look like when it is done. Okay, and so I'm going to be doing Emily's house on Picture This Plus earthen 36 count linen. I'm using the Call for DMCs and the Gentle Arts thread, a fancy floss, and this is where I am. So this is my new start, and this is the progress that I've made. I did start this in honor of Juneteenth, and I worked on it this weekend for July 4th weekend because I feel like the message is appropriate for Juneteenth and July 4th. And so that's became my project that I'm kind of focused on. I love working on this. I'm really actually having a really good time doing it. So I am doing, has patterned out one over 2. And I love the coverage. I love the richness of the colors of the flosses, and And I really can't wait to finish it. I'm not gonna lie, like there's a part of me that's just like, because I'm so driven to work on Cinderella, that I'm working on that during the week. But I really do wanna, I really want to get this done. Like I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really having fun with it. So this is my second piece on linen. I feel like I learned a lot from my Chinese Zodiac experiences and working with it on immediately on a Q-snap. I do work with some good lighting, and you know, and I make sure that I'm kind of in the zone, right? Like I feel like when I'm working on an AIDA, I can be slightly out of it and I can be okay. Like I don't tend to work on projects that require me to have a lot of confetti or really difficult counting or things like that. But if I'm kind of if I have it, especially with the allergies this week, like I might, I can work on an AIDA and not make mistakes as much as I feel like I would in a linen. And so I do find that I kind of have to be in the right frame of mind to work on a linen, but I'm really enjoying that. So that's it. That's my new start, and hopefully I'll have some pretty big dents into it the next time we chat about it. So that's it, and I have to say that's all I got in terms of whips and projects and things to share with you this time around. So nothing, not tons of stuff, but I do have more things. So I do have a fully finished project. It's not an object, but I made a project bag. so here you go. Here's my project bag. Kind of hard to, here you go. And in the back is these little polka dots. This is fabric I had in my stash. Sandy Gervais, I think, fall something. Ooh, I should look that up. I'll look it up and put it in the comments down below. And so here's my project bag. I followed Kim Jolly's of the Fat Quarter Shop's tutorial video, which I will put in the links below. And this is, and the only thing I did different, I followed her steps completely, and the only thing I did different is I did add a little strap. You can see it's a flimsy strap. It's not like anything, you know, I'm not going to want to like put it on anything and let it hang there forever. I don't know how sturdy it is in that respects, but it is, but that was the only adjustment that I made, and otherwise I followed her directions pretty much to the T. I have some lessons. If anyone's interested, let me know. Put it in the comments. Do you want me to put a little video of my lessons that I learned from making my little project bag and following the instructions? Happy to share. The only thing that caused me the most stress doing this was the binding. I don't know why. I'm going to blame the allergies, but I was just having the worst time getting this binding on. But it's on, and it's a giant bag. It's 16 by 18. I don't know. I think that's standard project bag size, but it fits my 11 by 17. Q-snap in there, fully assembled, no problems. I can put in floss and everything like that. So there you go. I'm really kind of proud of that. so that is my one finished object that I have to share with you. And so, all in all, the binding, because it took me so long because I don't know why, I was just having so many problems with binding. But all in all, I would say I probably worked on it over 5 hours. I think it took me about 5 hours to complete it from start to finish, including cutting and all that. And so, according to Kim's video, you should be able to do it in about 3 hours. I think if you've never done it before and you're not a person who sews, it will probably take you a little longer than that. And there are some tricks to it if you are not, there are things that I knew because I was a quilter that she doesn't mention in the video, but I knew when I came to assembling it, because of my quilting experience, I was like, oh, this is the type of foot you should be using, this is the type of stitch you should be using. And so, anyways, but yeah, so that's it on my fully finished things. It's not really I mean, it is cross stitch related, I guess. It's a project bag. Now for haul. What do I got for haul? Not a whole lot in terms of haul. For cross stitching, I have been eyeing this for months. I mean, months. And it's silly because it's a pattern from 2018 and I should have just bought it. And I finally convinced myself, just do it. And so I have purchased Long Dawn Samplers, the Templar's Prophecy. which I have been seeing all over the Instagrams, and I just love what everyone's been doing with it, and I'm not gonna, it intimidates me, which is funny if you think about it, because I do full coverage pieces. I've been doing full coverage for a long time, and so I don't know why this intimidates me. I think it's the fact that it's you know, it's a mono, and I can't decide if I want to try to do some kind of color aspect to it, or just do it all in mono. Do I want to do it with a variegated thread? So I think what intimidates me is how I'm going to stitch it, as opposed to the actual pattern in and of itself. And so, but I love this. I love this so much, and I really can't wait to start working on it. But I'm telling myself I can't, because I have Cinderella to work on, and I have, you know, so it's like, but I'm itching to start it so much. So we'll see. I might give in to my immediate gratification and start working on it. Anyways, so that's my haul. It's cross stitch related. Otherwise, I have only 2 other things to share with you in terms of haul that I'm kind of excited about. So so this one is not, it's kind of crafty related, but I am so excited about this. I have purchased, I got a Stella lamp, the Mary Englebright branded Stella lamp. There's the top. Super cute if you're a Mary Englebright fan. Did you know these lamps existed? So I had remembered a long time ago that, I don't remember how long it was, that she had partnered with Stella Lighting to make these lamps. And I didn't buy one at the time. It was a little bit out of my price point at the time, and I was kind of disappointed in it. And then she had on her Instagram like a little mini tour of her art desk, and I saw the lamp, and I just commented. I'm like, oh, you know, I missed getting it when it was released. Do you know if there's ever going to be a re-release or a second edition or something like that, right? And she said she had some in her warehouse and to contact her. And sure enough, she had some. It was actually on her website. Never occurred to me to go on her website and look up lamp, but it's on her website. So I'm super excited about this. I haven't decided where it's going to live yet. Right now it's been living in my living room, in my stitchy spot, in my table next to my stitchy spot. So that's where it's been living. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put it in my craft room, or if I'm going to put it in my bedroom as my side lamp. You can see my big Stella lamp behind me. And so Jess has, I've always used Stella Lighting. I don't know, always. I've had them now for about 5-6 years, and I think is when I purchased the big one. And so it's I really like the Stella Lighting. So I'm going to talk a little bit about lighting real quick. I have a video that I'm going to share in the link below, and which is a quilting website. Oh, I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. I'm going to put it in the link. I'm so sorry that I forgot the name of the channel. But it is a quilting one, and she has a really great 10-minute video about lighting and how to utilize good lighting. And although she's going to be showing you about fabric and the effects of the types of lighting that you have, and the Kelvins, and how it looks when you're looking at it, I do highly recommend it for anybody, because you'll see like the difference in the light bulbs and how the fabric looks. And I know for a fact that, right, like when I'm just stitching in the daylight and everything like that with just my regular, you know, lamps and things, and the difference when I'm using my Stella light and having the higher Kelvins, and like being able to see the difference in the colors of the floss, being able to see the colors of the fabric, like it does make a difference. And so I'm not here to tell you to buy Stella Lighting at all. That's what I use, but it's I'm also probably going to end up purchasing the daylight lamp for my quilting station, because of the way that lamp works eventually. But take a look at that. I've learned a lot about lining over the past few years, and that's one of the best videos I've seen in terms of really kind of showing you the importance of having good lighting, and what I like about it is that she kind of tells you how to do it without having to purchase a Stella Lighting or an alt light or a daylight lamp or something like that. And so, but I'm really super excited about that. I want to put it someplace where I see it all the time. So, because I'm a big Mary Englebright fan. So, so that's my big lighting haul. And then my last bit of haul is a quilting haul, which is that I mentioned before that I was thinking about getting this kit for Jolly July, and so I did. And this is called Santa in the Trees. And so this is the kit. I got it from Simple Stitches, which I'll put a link below. They're a family-run quilt shop in out of Utah. It looks like super sweet. They gave me some great note, like little thank you cards and everything. They give you like there was tips in the kit on like what they learned making the pattern and everything. And it's just like this super fun, and look, and these fun tree fabrics to make the trees. So that's going to be my quilting start for July, for Jolly July, so plants. But that's my haul for quilting. And I know you're like, oh no, she talked about quilting. Are we going to Quilttube? No, we're not going to Quilttube. Plans for the next few weeks. Really more of the same. Again, as you can see, I was focused on Cinderella, so I'm going to try to get that last bit done so I can say I got a page, like an actual real page done. So that's the goal for July, is to finish up Cinderella and then to kind of move on to Emily's house. I'm going to continue working on the Chinese Zodiac. It is Jolly July. I do have plans to start a Jolly July. I don't know yet what it will be. It may come down, I'll let you know in the next video. I do have a project that's kitted up and ready to go that's here in the house that I can do, but I did buy a pattern and asked the store to kit it up for me, and I'm waiting for it to arrive. And so if it arrives in July, then it's probably going to be my Jolly July start. But if it's not, I have this other project that I'll probably start as my Jolly July. And so I'm going to tease you on that because I don't know yet if it's going to be. I expect I'm going to get my package in July. They're usually shipping about 2 to 3 weeks after the order, and I placed the order about 2 weeks ago. So I do think that I'll get it sometime this week. So, but that's it. That's going to kind of be it on my plans. I have a vacation planned this month, which, you know, again, Texas, COVID, don't know what that means. Could just be I'm just sitting around the house, you know, stitching. But I do hope to have like a pretty good, solid update after that vacation, you know, staycation, I guess. And, you know, because even if you're not like, right, you still need a break. You still need a break from work. You still need to re-energize yourself, recoup, and self-care matters. And even if you can't get in your vehicle or car or plane and go someplace sunny or fantastic, you still need to take some time to self-care and take care of yourself. So and that's it for the video today. Not super long, and I hope you like it. If you do, apparently it does matter if you can give a thumbs up. It does help other people see the videos. So if you feel inclined, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this enough to subscribe, and I'd love to see you come back. I love reading the comments. Thank you so much to everyone who has commented so far. And that's it. I hope that everyone is having a great week and had a great holiday, and you know, and whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a stitching good time. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye.